Anyway, back to my usual stuff. I thought I'd start the year off with a nice big review of a nice big bike. So I hope you enjoyed the Rocket 3 review. Anyway, I'm going to be running through the review of the Street Triple R. So I've had it for 3 months. I've covered 3,500 miles on it. Maybe a bit more than that now. I've had a good couple of days. Oh, excuse me. I had a lot of riding around because I said I wanted to get back into riding without the whole vlogging thing. And it's just been fantastic. I mean, the bike's a fucking mess now. It needs a wash when I get back. Thank God for OCF 50, right? But what can I say? I'm going to start off with the negatives because there's not really many of them, to be quite honest. First of all, gearbox doesn't always go into first when you're at neutral. Sometimes it has this moment where it's like, you kind of go down and you let the clutch out and it just slips back into neutral again. Instead of actually being in first, what you're going to do is just slowly let it out, still holding it down to first, and it just clicks back in there. It's lovely. So that's one of the few things I can think of. Number two, the standard mirrors, which, like, just for someone as kind of wider build as me, I'm not that wide, but, you know, wide enough. The standard mirrors are a bit crap. Also, I thought they were a bit kind of bug antenna kind of looking. So I bought me some cheap bar ends off of Amazon. It cost me about 20 quid, something like that. I think it might be a bit more than that. But they work so much better, and I think they suit the look of the bike a lot better as well. So yeah, that's two. I'm struggling to think what my third one was. I actually had to think of negatives for this bike. It might come back later, but for now, no. Positives. That engine. Oh. It's torquey. It's got a nice bit of noise. It's fun. Like, it's not snatchy or anything. It's just a fun, playful engine. You can really rattle it around a bit. And really, really have fun. The exhaust note's really nice. Admittedly, I kind of want to get a louder exhaust, but I'm going to start saving up on the side for that. Put a couple of quid in the pot here, a couple of quid there, 50 quid here, 10p there, that kind of thing. See how I do every month. I'm not going to do it the first month, who knows, it just depends how it goes. I'm thinking about getting a Scorpion exhaust. They seem to be the better option at the moment. It's a nice Scorpion. Because it's go loud or go home, isn't it? And that's loud. Also, it's light as fuck. It's like a kilo in weight. It's insane. Let's try this road again on this, shall we? This bike promotes bad behaviour, but in the best way. Because it promotes it, but it handles lovely. So it's not making it think I've got to go fast and then misbehaving. It's actually nice to handle. The seat is lovely and comfortable. I've done 2.5 hour rides on this seat and I've got off and I felt fine. The seating position for me is just fantastic. Zoe got me some grip puppies for Christmas, and I think that's helped a lot as well, because it just gets rid of any vibration. Like, the vibration's almost non-existent, but what there is, it just gets rid of quite nicely. I love how the suspension on this is easy to get to change and to tweak. Just need to give it, admittedly, the hardest one to get to is this top one here, because they seem to have designed the handlebars to go, like, they kind of bend out before they come back towards you. So they actually cover the tops. But you need to get the screwdriver in. But the bottom of the forks and the shock, easy to get to. Fantastic to adjust. So it's like, what's that? Want to be nice and comfy today? I'll add make it a bit softer. Gotta go harder on those roads. Make it a bit more aggressive. Zojo's found it really comfy as well, which is good. Because her back is a good test of it. I mean, we still have to stop. But we managed 2 hours. She saw when she got off, but she didn't have to stop before then, whereas normally she'd have to stop at an hour. That was fun, but I realised as well as this bike will tour, it's not really built for it. I mean, that's not its primary purpose, is it? it still manages it with fucking ease. I don't really get that much wind off of it because it's just designed to kind of give you like an even flow, so it's not like buffeting or anything. But you get these instant windies, and oh boy, does it show its true potential. What I love is when you get high enough, like the gear shift lights, the gear change indicator, whatever you want to call it, comes on quite nicely. So there's 5 lights. You can change when they come on. I've got them set quite high. But I'll show you. And what I love is you get that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fucking change gear, and if you make it flash, you've got that feeling of, oh yes, I'm where the power's at. Which is also a good way to lose all your petrol. Because in the 3,000 miles, I found that if you do a lot of long, sensible runs, you can get 220 miles out the tank. This has 54 left. That's still reserve. There's still 4 litres left in reserve. And, well, I did 90 miles yesterday. I've just done 30 miles this morning. So, yeah. To run it dry, theoretically, if you were to behave, without any stopping and starting and stuff like that, you could get 250 miles out of it. But if you start taking it to some fun roads more aggressively, things like that, you'll suddenly find that maybe you're going to get about 130, 140 miles out of the tank. But I mean, you really have to be misbehaving. Like, I'm talking track day level misbehaving. Zojo and I have moved house now, so this is now more of a fun toy, which is fantastic because all I want to do is just take it out for nice long runs. I don't have to worry about the petrol cost anymore. So I don't have to feel like, oh, I better stay low in the revs, you know, better behave, I can't afford the petrol. Like, fuck no. Let's have some fun on it. I can put some money just to one side, I can burn a tank, fill it up, that'll do for next time. I wish I could say that's what I've done here, but actually this is just because we had long days here in family yesterday. So it was one of those one-day trips where you go up and you come down. I had to fill it up when we got there. So, well, I didn't have to, but I felt it'd be best to fill it up when I was there, just in case. So when I say that after having this as my regular bike for 2.5 months and then having it as a plaything for a month, was it worth the money? Yes, I'm still as excited to own it as I was the first day I bought it. If anything, I'm more excited because the first day I felt a bit kind of, did I actually buy this? That first video I did about it, I feel exactly the same as I did then. It's a fantastic bike to ride. It's just amazing. And it's worth every penny. As soon as it starts being warmer, starts being drier, I'm going to go out some nice bendy roads, going to find some good shots there, but for the time being, it was bad enough this morning. And we had a slide yesterday, which actually means I've pulled my side a bit, because, you know, when it kicks out, your whole body tries to adjust. I just kind of snapped to one side and pulled a muscle. So, for now, I'm going to be behaving fairly well. Say fairly. I genuinely think, though, this is a good idea for a first big bike. There's people who are like, no, it's a terrible idea. There's too much power there. But it's not how much power, it's how it's handled. The nice, easy torque and smooth nature of it mean it's not intimidating. And you have to get up in the revs to get the power. So it's only if you act like an idiot. If you get your first big bike, like, right, I'm going to redline it, then yes, it's a terrible idea because you're an idiot. But as far as a standard, sensible person who, you know, will have a bit of fun here and there, they know there's a time and a place kind of stuff, this is fantastic. If you can afford this straight after you've got your full license, go get one. Hell, Triumph now do the A2 one. So, do your CVT, get your A2 license, buy a Street Triple S A2, run that, you'll love it. It's actually a slightly smaller engine, this one, so instead of the new big 765, it's a 660 engine. But it's still going to be the same. Or I think it's like, was it 90 horsepower? Because they can limit it to 45. Then after you've got your A1, they can take the limiter off and you've got 90 horsepower to play with. Which on a light bike is a lot, trust me. I mean, it's not like sports bike numbers, but you don't need sports bike numbers. This is the kind of bike I think you'll generally enjoy. You can do longer miles on it, go out with your mates kind of thing. This is fantastic. So yeah, it's a great everyday bike. It's a great one-off bike. It's a great first big bike. It's just fucking great. Oh, I remember the other thing I wasn't a huge fan of. It's niggly though. The buttons are just kind of like regardless of what you press, they don't seem to actually add up to anything. You kind of just press them randomly till you get what you want. Bottom one, I think, is when you hold it in your reset stuff. Top one scrolls through, but it's like if you press the bottom one, it scrolls through menus. Or the top one scrolls through menus, and you can press the bottom one to go scroll through stuff and hold it in to reset it. I can't remember. I've basically set it up right. I've left the clock 1 hour forward because I'll be alright in a couple of months. So, if I'd known what I know now about how I was going to feel like this bike compared to the other bikes I've owned, I would have rather have struggled for those first months or that first year and had this than had the ER6. I mean, the ER6 was lovely, don't get me wrong. Actually, no, the ER6 took me big bike handling skills because that was heavier. And this is, you know, lighter than that, so this has been a good job. I shouldn't... Fuck it, I should have just gone straight to this. Yes, on it. I should have gone, fuck it, I'm not going to bother with the ER6, so I wouldn't bother with the NC. Admittedly, that was a time where the fuel economy would have been helpful, but to be honest, so what? And then I wouldn't have had the Bandit. I still would have borrowed the Blackbird, because it's me. But I don't honestly think I'd have got rid of this. If I did, it'd be like, you know, I'll swap it for something. Fuck, I don't know what else. I mean, I wouldn't have swapped this. I mean, if I did, it would have been like, you know, it'd be, hold on, how long did I get my full license? 6 years? It'd be like 6 years old. Unless I bought a second-hand one, in which case it'd be 7, 8 years old. Probably time for a swap kind of thing. It'd be paid off for a couple of years. Might have bought this bike, you know. It's not a brand new one. One of these. I might have got the RS, who knows? I doubt it. Especially after I've read, I think I'm actually going to prefer this to the other one. But I'm going to go and test one of those with an open mind. Anyway, I've got stuff to do. I'm going to bail out. Cheers. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to click like and subscribe.